Hello there, this is Reece Russell, and you're watching the Weekly Steelchair.
It's my life in the box in front of me. Taking talk in my arms is the soul of me. You walk by, ask to see me lay face down.
What's up, everybody? How are we? Calling me late. Who do you think you are? I am never late. I am on time by my standard, not yours. And when I show up, that's when the show begins. If you want on time, go join the army. If you want to enjoy yourself, you show up when it really matters. Now, we've got a lot to do. We've got 4 companies, 2 reviews, 2 previews, open discussion, debate the unexpected. And really figure shit out. One thing is for certain. Maria's losing her title this weekend. 100% she's losing it. A draw can't save her now. She has to win. Nah, we're not going to be. I don't think we need to be here that long. But we'll find out. But if we are here that long, you guys need to be here to support me all the way through. Because I'm putting in a ruling. I'm going to put clocks on all the predictions tonight. So when we get to one show, I'm going to put a clock. And if I don't get everyone's predictions in that point, I'm going to mark it blank. Because we are really going to have to pull through a lot tonight. So tonight, we're going to need a lot from everybody. Tonight, if you're going to do predictions, you have to literally jump in all at once. If we're doing Wrestlepalooza, 1 message, 5 predictions. All Out, 1 message, 9 predictions. Well, actually, it's more like 10. But that's where we're at. I'll be surprised if the mixed tag is the main event, considering the WWE titles on the show. That mixed tag isn't good enough to be a main event. But we do have a lot to get through. So let's see where we're at. Where's my trusty stop clock? In fact, whilst I'm at it, I'm going to go into that screen. Grey's Anatomy actor Brad Everett dies aged 46. What? The fuck? What the fuck is going on in 2025 with all these deaths? I'm not even kidding. It's like one every fucking week now. Jesus. The order is lots of drugs. Probably after going to get through all the review stuff. It might be easier to do the preview stuff first, but Josiah is also traveling, so I'm gonna see what we can do. We'll figure shit out. Oh, it is a title. It's a title of who's the worst. It's a draw. What's up, Tina? How are you? We know you're upset, Billy. It's okay. We know. But yeah, if you're a Grey's Anatomy fan, Brad Everett has died. Sad reality is he died going to the cinema. An actor dying in a place where you actually enjoy their work is actually quite frightening. Let's see. If I was to realistically do two... Huh? What do we need justice for Jimmy Kimmel for? You've lost me. They've paid massive. I didn't realize his show got pulled. Mind you, it's Jimmy Kimmel. Who honestly gives a fuck about Jimmy Kimmel in 2025? Be honest. Like, be honest. His jokes, to be fair, at times are good, but who really cares? Sad reality is 2025 isn't a place for Jimmy Kimmel. And the reason why it's not a place for Jimmy Kimmel is people are too whingy. They can't accept shit in this reality, so what's the point? That man's at a loss. Plain and simple. That wouldn't surprise me. Let's see. If I put... Let's see if I'm realistic. Realistic. Balance out. Let's see. Yeah. Give or take, we'll try this. Let's see. There we go. I'll stick this up there. Not tonight. I saw that. Stephen Smith, I don't take seriously anyway. The guy's deluded. He dresses like the Price is Right, but he's the Price is Wrong. Put it that way. Okay. Let's see how well we do. I'm going to put that clock on, and I'm going to review 2 shows. And then after that, I'm going to reset the clock, and then we're going to do an hour and 45 of previewing both pay-per-views. Yeah, so you're looking at 3 hours exact. No compromise. Okay, let's get on with it. So, no spin the wheel tonight, none of that bullshit. We're just getting straight to it. So, we're going to start with a bit of night driving. I mean, he would, because he's a spanner. Fix the microphone. There we go. I mean, his return was just a return. There's nothing special about it. Nice to see the guy, but what? He doesn't bring anything. So I don't really care about his return. His return doesn't faze me. But yeah, so let's get through this. And we're going to start with the shorter of the 2 shows. So we'll start with Ring of Honor. Now, you've not boycotted wrestling, you've just boycotted WWE. There's a difference. Again, it was going to happen.
Shit like that happens. The fan's been spun. Now you just gotta sit back and enjoy it. Oh wait, I meant suffer. Anyway. Let's get on with it. Okay. So not the overall best of shows, if you're being honest, but there was some decent action in there. But there's some tangibles that we can look at least. Okay, so Ring of Honor starts with former Dark Order member Alan Angels taking on Katsuyori Shibata in opening in-ring action. This is his first appearance on Ring of Honor. Alan Angels turns up in the ring. He's normally in backstage segments for this show. Again, Alan Angels in 2025. Nah. Decent match, but he offers nothing. And he'll continue to offer nothing. And when people realize that, they'll stop asking for him. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. But that's what you're getting tonight. But that's not the real opener. The real opener is Catherine's favourite clown, Mansoor, versus Mystical. And tomorrow, Mystical will face MJF in a mask versus title match. And tonight he's got to wrestle against a dog. And quite frankly, simply nice, this match sucks because Mansoor is fucking awful. He is fucking awful. Fair enough. Honestly, can't take this one seriously at all. And even worse was what was involved in the ring. Like the whole MXMTV faction just ruined the whole thing. Then you got John Cruz coming out to ringside and doing absolutely nothing. Standard John Cruz. And this match ends on a ref stoppage. Get me some drugs. Get me some drugs. A ref stoppage because of La Mystica. Fuck off. Then Abraham Cruz shows up. And he insists on trying to take the mask from Mystical. He's insisting he's going to take off the mask. Yeah, narcotics. Seriously hard shit. Like the rock solid stuff. Like, just seriously, just give me something crazy. You're just here so you don't get fined. Don't worry, I'll fine you. Just put a bullet in and just finish it. Not you. Done it myself when it comes to a Mansoor match. Pure rules for the women tonight. Simply Pure rules is Viva Van versus Olympia. This match is alright. Olympia's first match is against Billy Starks. That is coming up. She's quite the vixen. Or powerhouse. She's quite the vixen. I quite like it. and there's a lot of stretches in this, and I mean like serious stretches. You got knee stretches, you got the arms being stretched. This is all Olympia, by the way. Viva Van gets ragdolled. She gets knotted like a pretzel. Quite vicious, actually. Although Viva Van makes a mistake when she hits one crossbody, doesn't go for the cover. Instead, she goes for a second one. And while she's in midair, she gets caught and she gets dropped into a spinning slam. And I look at this going, you're trying to build a serious establishment of this women's pure title division. So you have a pure match that's pure shit. And it's pure shit because they get barely any time to make it work. Now, you can have good short matches. But you can't make yourself a credible threat in a tournament if you don't get time to really show yourself a little bit pre that. So, long story short, when Olympia wrestles Billy Starks in her tournament opener, Billy Starks is going to rinse her. And it won't be a rinse from a tap. It'll be a rinse from fast action wrestling. Really depressing style of wrestling that's short and not sweet. Really disappointing. Really disappointing. Base Mortos versus Iron Angels. Now you've got the former member of the Dark Order. Long-term Dark Order, if you in circumstance. He does have a match against Beast Mortos, who seems to be finding his foot now in terms of he is consistently on television. I wonder why. Don't worry, it's because he can actually do his job. But again, there's something about Beast Mortals that doesn't get a lot of credit. You can't give him a serious push, but you give him a push. It's hard to dissociate Beast Mortals, because what exactly is he meant to be? And this is not a negative on Beast Mortals. This is actually a genuine question. What is he meant to be? Is he a powerhouse? Or is he a Keith Lee type agile heavyweight that can do all the moves? Or is he someone who you want to bear witness to unpredictable? Many happy returns, Amber. Many happy returns. When did I say that he's on TV because of Mercedes? When did I say he was on TV because of that? No. He's nothing like Mike Awesome. Mike Awesome wasn't really that special. If you want to look at him differently, you don't compare him to Mike Awesome. Mike Awesome was crap. The only thing awesome about Mike was his name. If you want to look at him in a different way, you look at him like a Bam Bam Bigelow or Vader of sorts. I didn't imply anything. If you're thinking of Mercedes, that's not on me, that's on you. He wasn't excellent. I watched Mike Awesome. I was watching Mike Awesome try to out-wrestle Taz in a title match, and he got spun. He got spun like an ice skater. And I'll tell you how bad Mike Awesome was. He was that bad that even Tajiri couldn't get a good match out of him. His awesome bomb was cool. That's it. He had nothing redeemable about him, Mike Awesome. There was nothing about him that I would go, yeah, I would watch you. Nah. I generally couldn't. Mortals has something different about him, but in terms of getting full importance TV, yeah, that 70s guy, he is literally a rip-off of that. Like, he is, if you look at it. Great analogy. Mortals on TV is good. The problem is, where do you film? Like, where do you genuinely fit Beast Mortals on TV? That's not a negative on him. That's a genuine question. Do you keep him in the mid-card? Do you put him in the tag team division? Is he in the trios division? Because he's not a world champion. He's not. That doesn't make him terrible, by the way. That's logical. But where do you put him? That's a serious question. For where, though? Is he in the mid-card for AEW or the mid-card for Ring of Honor? Because in terms of what he brings, he could dominate Ring of Honor. But he doesn't dominate the main AEW rosters. If you're actually looking at him in a balanced perspective, that's not disrespect. That's careful eye. Because he's got the potential to be something. If he's in the mid-card only, he's got potential to hold one of the mid-card titles. And this match shows it. It's actually a very interesting match to watch. Especially from a power perspective. A TNT or Unified Champion material. I can see him with the TNT title. Like, I can see him with the TNT title, no problem. It's not a bad idea. Mortals, by the way, does win this match with a backbreaker. Then he does his running lariat, then the Samoan drop. Yes. Remember, you don't have to ask me to do that. It's not that he can't be Ring of Honor World Champion. It's there's so many others ahead that isn't necessary. But yeah, you don't need to ask me, guys, if you want to remove someone from the chat or ban someone's messages. By all means, I gave you guys that for a reason. I trust your judgment. Just don't ask me for my birthday, alright? Because you're not going to get it. No. Probably the guy 123 because he's banned from the channel. Should I be saying that out loud? Yes. I don't remember any of his takes. Oh wait, never mind. Sure. Go ahead. I hope Brett punches him. It's the first I've heard of it though. Sup, Zach? Because he's a twat. I gave him more chances than I've gave any of you. I gave him too many chances. And I'm not doing that anymore. It's free. It's literally 3 chances, then you're gone for good on this channel. I gave him 1 too many. That's not why I banned him. He definitely is obsessed, but that's not why I banned him. I banned him because 2 of my longest watched, 2 of my longest watching contributors were about to quit the channel for good. Goldberg couldn't beat shit, honestly. Bear in mind, Brett was also a collegiate wrestler. Goldberg would get the shit kicked out of him. Yeah, I don't... I've got no tolerance for bullshit anymore. It was either Catherine and Matt don't watch the channel anymore, or the guy goes. Plain as day. And I'm not afraid to name who it was. Being in the NFL, yeah, it takes toughness, but a collegiate wrestler is still going to be stronger and better in a fight than an NFL player. Anyway. And besides, if I played PPE rugby, I would be tough as well. Anyway, moving on. After this match, backstage, John Cruz cut a promo about Mystico's mask. He confirms that he's all behind. Oh, it would be perfect. Cruz confirms that he is fully supporting MJF in their match tomorrow. It's the 22nd CML anniversary show. He is firmly behind MJF in the mask versus title match. Cruz told Mystico that MJF is better than him, and then he went back to Spanish. So he mixed up, but we know who it was. Goldberg's just absolutely stupid. That's the funny thing. After this, finally, the NWO World Creator Wrestler Katsuyori Shibata is in action. Yes. MJF is going to lose his title, then he's going to lose to Briscoe, but he's going to win the most important thing. This match is classic, pure wrestling. I think he will. I think he will. Matt Mako, who was on the Dean show last week. Excellent match that Matt had as well, up against Wheeler Yuta. The master of the armbar, as he calls himself. The two of them working the body really well. Technical wrestling at its finest. Lots of transitional moves as well, from a waist lock into an arm lock. We get the head scissor. And then straight into the chin lock, which you know what happens next. Bang, kick. Shibata gets straight to the old-fashioned chops, chopping the shit out of Mako. But Mako, to be fair, does hit some very good suplexes. And he does get caught, however, in a triangle choke. The match goes up till just past the 7-minute mark, to which Shibata wins the match by using the sleeper into the seated position and then the penalty kick for the win. Doesn't get a goal, but he does win the match. Justin Yuta, because he's the gothic Justin Bieber, as I call him. Justin Yuta in action, teaming up with Marina Shafir in mixed tag action. They're up against Aaliyah James and Man Like the Rice. Mako's not overrated. He barely has any matches to say he's overrated. If anything, he's underrated. I'll tell you who's overrated right now. Not many people are going to like this. Wheeler Yuta's overrated. Like, legit. He is becoming even more overrated. Mako's just there. He's barely on television, so I don't know how you can mark him as overrated. But yeah, this is the Death Riders versus two nobodies. Aaliyah James and Man Like the Rice. I'm sorry, but in terms of these two people, there's only one way to justify who they are. They can just get me my pizzas. Because that's what they are. They just sound like pizza makers. Not fun, not good, not special. Match was horrible. Not even joking. This match is horrible. And of course, the Death Riders do win. Nothing really special. And then you get the Lance Archer explosive tour. Again, he just beats people up and down. Fair enough. Satnam Singh is in a squash match of his own. Fucking easy. That man's just wild. He's just wild. There's an episode of QTV. Skip. Can't stand QT Marshall. He's boring as fuck. Another Pure Rose match. Yuka Sakazaki versus Janai Kai. This is excellent. This is another short one. This match goes about 4 minutes. Like, this is really quick, and I like the fact that the Hammerlock Spinning Slam is back in action. It's a quick win for Yuka, but Yuka's gearing up for tournament action anyway. And then in the main event, we have STP shoot the Pope. Just kidding. Shane Taylor Promotions versus AR Fox and the Kingdom, or as Catherine calls it, All Day and Happy Days, because she loves Matt Taven. Too many short matches, exactly. That's why Ring of Honor this week wasn't good. Last week's Ring of Honor was excellent. This week, utter shite. Last week was an absolute brutal fight. Now this is going to build up for a title match, which is fine. But I'm sorry, but this was crap. I like Shane Taylor Promotions. I like AR Fox, even though he's in the wrong way. You sold all your Shane Taylor stock. Interesting. To be fair, my stock is in Lee Moriarty since day one. That man needs to get away from that faction. Catherine, Jesus Christ. We didn't have to know your official name for him. There's only one thing for Catherine. She literally just stares right at him. I'm gonna have to go for it. Yeah, this one will do. Every time Catherine goes for the mad shit, this is how we figure out. This is when you know Catherine's in that zone.
Oh, come on, man. Oh, come on, man.
I'm quite shocked. I am quite shocked about that. Maria, you spoke too soon. You spoke way too soon. Really? That is cool. I like doing it because it winds you up. Even better is you bait for it. But I have something just for you, Roy Sheen. Just this. Wait for it. Hold on. That one works. No, not that one. Yeah, this might work. This might work. That one's too terrible. That doesn't work. This one works. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, let's ruin let's ruin Roy Sheen. Roy Sheen, I do not. No, we're not predicting the pre-show. All I'm gonna say is, Roy Sheen, every time you bring up your fascination with Diesel, this is all you're getting.
Shut up, bitch!
Plain and simple.
Shut up, bitch! 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 Shut up, bitch!
Every time she talks about Diesel, because we know she loves Diesel. Don't worry. It's all banter. But remember how I said that Roy Sheen was going to get a theme song? Well, I have one. Sorta. And it might wind her up. But this is Maria's challenger, Roy Sheen. This is your theme song. It's me, Mario. I have a new blog up on why Kyle Fletcher should win. I mean, we know why you think Kyle Fletcher should win. Because he's up against Hangman Page. Just like if it's... You would say the same thing if it was Orange Cassidy. 1,200 words on, I hate Hangman. Therefore, Orange Cassidy should win. Maria Thunder Muta. Abu's theme song. That's quite easy. Maria's holding the title down like Liger does. Holding the title down the right way. So, she gets it. That's not news. But anyway, moving on. Back to finishing this main event, and Maria is right. There's a lot of short matches on this show, and it's actually really pathetic. And it's really pathetic because how are you expected to get the enjoyment out of a show if you're just rushing through matches? Now, in all fairness, the main event is better, but they're still short. And when you take away the time and the enjoyment, what is there to salvage? I'll tell you what's there to salvage. Nothing. So if I'm going to be very honest, I'm going to be very harsh. If we're given a show rating this week, Ring of Honor gets a 4 out of 10. If I'm being very honest. I know it's brutal, but it's honest. Ring of Honor this week was genuinely just so poor. No. Sponsored by Pepsi Max. Impact this week was better. Impact this week was actually good. Impact this week was compelling television. Sort of. But there's a lot on this show. This show was so much stronger. Yeah, Ring of Honor let me down as well. Especially after last week was so damn good. Like, last week was incredible. This week was like taking a dump. Or watching Daniel Garcia in a 60-minute Iron Man match. That's what this felt like. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. But we move on, and there is a lot. And next, remember as well, the winner of the Predictions Championship this weekend is already, well, to be fair, like, even if Maria defends successfully, she has to win. She can't draw with anyone. If whoever's the champion next week will have 2 defenses. Maybe 1, depends on what you guys think. But mandatory is they will defend for Victory Road, which is next Friday night. So, let's move on. Impact this week kicks off between Order 4 and the System's representatives, leader Mustafa Ali versus System member, as they no longer declare themselves a leader. System member Brian Myers takes on Mustafa Ali in singles action. This is a genuinely good match as well, back and forth. Really exciting match in general. I thought the pacing was very good. I thought Mustafa Ali actually did a lot of what I like to call defensive wrestling. So what I mean by the defensive wrestling is Mustafa Ali was more about whenever Brian Myers went for an attack, Mustafa Ali defended his position. He actually defended his lower body very well. Like when you look at recent Mustafa Ali matches, he has been getting targeted in the lower back and the legs. Brian Myers was trying to go for the legs a lot in this match, and Mustafa Ali was genuinely doing well to counter. And when he did hit back, Mustafa Ali made sure his moment counted. And that for me is very good wrestling. It's becoming more and more prominent now for certain talents in the ring. Is at times you have to play a lot, or in all fairness, you need to have a defensive strategy. And Mustafa Ali, for the last 3 or 4 impacts, including the recent event as well, Slammiversary, he should be more on the offense than defense, but he is having to play a defensive strategic move when it comes to his matches. And I think that's what makes Mustafa Ali stand out more. It's what makes him one of the best that the company has in terms of a main event talent. Somebody that you can put any title on and you know you can trust it. And you can trust him as champion. And I really enjoyed this match overall. And I like the fact that it was a cheeky win as well for Mustafa Ali. It wasn't a plain and simple win. It was capitalization on the moment. And it was very effective. It was very effective. Ali should be the one to beat Trick Williams instead of Santana. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why you're wrong. Because Mike Santana is still the most over babyface in TNA. Whereas, why should a heel drop the title to another heel? If you're going to have Mustafa Ali win the title, he should have won the title from Joe Hendry in the first place. And then Joe Hendry would have failed his rematch, and then Santana would have beat Mustafa Ali, which is exactly what should have happened. But no, they put the belt on someone who can't wrestle, can't cut a promo, hasn't got a gimmick, and looks like Booker T's cousin from Pain. Create a wrestler, Booker T. Like, if you want to look at it, Trick Williams is literally just copy and paste Booker T with less talent. And if you don't believe me, just look at his matches. Same moves, same attempt to promo, no charisma. He's lucky he's just a champion. And now they've... Actually, I'm going to be careful with my words here, because if I even bring up this title match, I will get pissed off. Actually, you know what? I will. I will bring up that match later on because I don't normally do the NXT recaps. I'm going to bring it up later. Because what happened this week on NXT Homecoming is why I will never watch NXT again. I watched Homecoming purely I watched NXT Homecoming just to see if Shinsuke Nakamura would show up. A heel winning it from a heel isn't gonna make it exciting though. A babyface versus babyface match leads to some change, like a character change or a shock twist. You don't get that from a heel versus heel. Now, if you have two heels and a babyface in the match and then one heel pins the other in capitalization, then it works. What's the second defense? Of what, dude? Obafemi Pete Drick. I think there's going to be heavy interference. I think there's going to be heavy interference in that match at No Mercy. If I'm being honest, I think you're going to see at least 10 TNA talent show up at No Mercy. And don't ask me to praise it, because it's not happening. I'm not for this invasion angle. Oh, 2 potential title defenses. All right, I was talking about what would happen if they had Joe Hendry drop the title to Mustafa Ali. Then you've got Santana. Santana then takes the title after beating. He takes the title off him, defends against Joe Hendry, then he drops it to Santana. Yeah, that's true. I knew that. I knew that many years ago. But the reason why Brock Lesnar wasn't signed is, 1, he was in Japan, and 2, they couldn't get everything they needed over the line. Plus, Kurt Angle wasn't convinced. Oh yeah, you're asking about that, Josiah. Yes. It's up to you guys if we're doing it. If we do Destruction and Kobe, then yes, there will be two title defenses next week. It'll be a double preview. But yeah, Lesnar was in talks to sign with TNA in 2007 when Kurt Angle was going to be world champion. They were going to do Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar after Kurt won the title, and they were going to run that at Bound for Glory, and then Brock decided to stay in TNA. New Japan. And also, they were also looking at somebody, quite frankly, I'm glad I never went there in the first place. They were also trying to bring in Goldberg at the same time. That's why they name dropped them. In the run-up to Against All Odds, 2007, when it's the start of the year, you would think potentially Kurt was going to beat Christian, but it didn't happen. They were building up to Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. That's why they name dropped him. And then that didn't happen. Then you fast forward 6 months. You fast forward 6 months into the summer. Kurt wins the world title. Then he goes to Japan, wins the world title from Brock at Brock's request, because Brock refused the job to Nakamura. Then Kurt did the business anyway, because Kurt's a bigger professional anyway. But yes, it's even better that we got Sting. Will I comment my predictions? Yeah, drop your predictions after the stream. Drop your predictions. But I need them for All Out and WrestlePalooza, so I need 14 predictions. Yeah, Nakamura was asked to work with Brock in 2017, and Nakamura flat out said no because of what Brock did 10 years early. Nakamura still hasn't forgiven him, and rightly so. Brock was a bloody idiot. Even though it was great to see Kurt hold the IWGP World title. No, Abel, you're still going to be here. You'll do yours tonight. But I did enjoy this match. I thought it was really good. And then, yeah, we got Kurt versus Sting. That was even better. See you later. After the match, Ali does try to celebrate, but Brian Myers attacks him. The Great Hands attack Myers. Eddie Edwards gets involved. Then Tasha Steelz sneaks up on Edwards with a low blow. The Talking Chipmunk. Alicia Edwards goes after Tasha Steelz, and John Skyler gets a slap. And then Moose hits Skyler with a big boot. Agent Zero, who just stands there, he's now involved. He squares off with Moose. Complete brawl breaks out between both factions, and then it's confirmed for Bound for Glory. I was hoping for a Lethal Lockdown return match, but that's not happening. Instead, it will be the Order 4 versus the System in a hardcore war. Yes, I've seen that's... Yeah, I'm not bothered. And he's not exactly gone. He's just left one thing. That man's not done yet. Backstage, Gia Miller's with the Hollywood Blondes, or the Nemeths as you would know them. They're preparing for their tag team world title rematch, their contractual rematch they've had for the past couple of months. This is going to be quite the match. So we're definitely going to see what's in store for this one. The personal wanker, George Iceman, he does everything he can to wind up Danny Luna, who obviously is going through a heel phase of her own, trying to find herself as a heel. He's got some advice for Danny Luna as well, which stands out, and he wants to see Danny Luna make Indy Hartwell suffer. Indy Hartwell is gearing up for either Masha Slamovich or Dana Skunkbrook for the Knockouts title at Bound for Glory, but first, Indy Hartwell will be the special guest referee for Victory Road. Masha versus Ash in the Knockouts World Title match, which is next weekend. I think it's still going to be I think it'll be a triple threat. I think that's what we'll get. I think we'll get a triple threat, and then one of them will get pinned by Indy at Bound for Glory. Last week we saw Eric Young turn on Judas Icarus and Travis Williams. Because they failed to do their bid, they failed to beat Joe Hendry for Eric Young, who pussied out of a match with Eric Young. Eric Young pussied out of a match with Joe Hendry last week, and out of anger, he pile drove both former members of his faction, the Northern Armory. To which point, Judas Icarus is back in action this week after taking 2 pile drivers. I'm sorry, but for TNA, I have to mark this down. This is a -2 points. Because I'm sorry, but this was actually a competitive match as well. He didn't look like he was sore. He didn't look like he was selling an injury. In my personal opinion, if you take more than 1 pile driver, you should be selling it like you've got a neck injury. Yes, that sounds silly, but for me, it's an old school mentality. If you've taken not 1 but 2 pile drivers in the ring, I expect you to sell it. And Judas Icarus did not sell it. So I knock this show down by 2 points automatically. It's a good match. And Judas Icarus does steal the win over Eric Young. He hits a small package for the win. After Joe Hendry's interruption, after the match, Eric Young again snaps. He attacks security and the referee. What I'm trying to figure out, though, is what is Eric Young's game? He says he wants to cleanse TNA. But what exactly is he cleansing? I don't know, per se. Like, I don't understand. I like it, but I just don't get it. I feel like Eric Young should now be behind the scenes doing the creative stuff for TNA. I think he would be a great creative head for the company. I just don't understand the means of him doing a cleanse. Is he building a new faction already? Or is it just going to be... He's just going to rid the evil within TNA? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. The Rascals, a fun faction. Everybody loves the Rascals. We get an interaction between them in the treehouse. Zachary Wentz, Trey Miguel, and Myron Reed were part of a fatal four-way last week with Jake Something. The winner, of course, would face Leon Slater for the X Division title in Victory Road, which is going to be an absolute masterclass in wrestling. We have Myron Reed versus Leon Slater next weekend for the title, and I'm really looking forward to it. A little bit of a disgruntled argument between the faction, of course, asking why they were throwing each other outside the ring. Zachary Wentz towards Trey Miguel, of course, but Trey was right. It was every man for himself. They agreed this. They can work together to take rid of Jake Something, but at the end of the day, the most important thing is winning and becoming number one contender, which Myron Reed did win with a springboard 450 splash. Shades of his hero, AJ Styles. Santino Marella is there to celebrate with them, and in typical Santino Marella fashion, he does ask for a blunt. I'm not kidding, he asks for a blunt, and it turns out to be a carrot. That man was smoking a carrot. He's a strange one, Santino Marella. He's always been strange. I mean, after all, he does like acorn. Not acorn, acorn. Or John Cena. Or Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, like, Santino's a mad one. He is a mad one. Unfortunately for your viewing pleasure, the Elegance brand are on show in six person knockouts tag team action. Elegance brand in full. Heather, M, and Ash versus Masha Slamovich and The Inspiration. The Elegance brand does win this through the use of champagne to the face as a distraction. But this is something Catherine's going to like. This match went on far too long. And it actually disturbed a part of the show's flow by being too long. It also took away the enjoyment of the match as well because it dragged. It dragged that long because they didn't know what the overall story was of the match itself, which is really poor. But ahead of a pay-per-view, the heels had to get a big result, and they did. Up next, Anderson. Mr. Anderson returns to TNA for the first time in several years. He returns to TNA as the guest of Frankie Kazarian on Kazarian's King's Speech. Now, I think this is just a one-time thing. And the reason being is because he's from Minnesota. This is his hometown. And he was here to promote his wrestling school. But the reason why I think it's a one-time thing is because I think it was purely just to make sure and guarantee that we get Kazarian versus Macklin for the international title. It's nice to see him back in the wrestling ring. It's always good to hear him speak on the mic. Yep. They did. They did. According to some random from Body Slam Net, which is Corey Hayes, he's an absolute weirdo, by the way, with his chin strap. Apparently, there's going to be a live interview featuring Brock Lesnar that will open the show. It's Wrestlepalooza and All Out, and I need them by tomorrow because both shows are tomorrow. Ideally, I need them tonight. Like, I need them no later than 12 o'clock tomorrow lunchtime. No later than lunchtime tomorrow, because All Out starts at 8 o'clock and I'm doing a watch along. Good. This is a good segment. It's nice to see Mr. Anderson put over Steve Macklin as well for his time in the armed forces, or the American Armed Forces. See you later, mate. Catch you later. But I thought this was good, and especially the whole attack concept as well. All round, generally good, good show. Indy Hartwell versus Danny Luna, plain and simple. She does exactly what she was asked to do. She just hurts Indy Hartwell. She beats her up with a steel chair. See, TNA supports the channel. This is a full Baron assault from Danny Luna. Completely destroys Indy with the steel chair. The only thing that wasn't his fault, Billy, was what Cena and Randy Orton did to him. And the evidence is there. He could have done a whole lot better, though. But Cena and Orton did screw him over at one point. And it was right there. Everyone could see it. We have Mike Santana versus AGZ. Plain and simple, spin the block. The wee fucker got knocked out. And then he called out Trick Williams and says he won't make the same mistake. He's gonna beat his bitch ass at Bound for Glory. And then before this got any better, that weirdo who breaks necks, Ridge Holland, appears. Why is he still in wrestling? He needs blacklisted. He's fucking clownish. And it looks like we're getting Santana versus Holland at Victory Road. That is genuinely stupid. Nippin', what's up? Next week on Impact, following matches, we've got Victoria Crawford, who's Alicia Fox, versus Jodie Fret. The Rascals versus Cedric Alexander and Leon Slater, which is good because obviously Slater and Myron Reed will be part of that. Then you've got Steve Macklin and Mr. Anderson versus Kazarian and Jake Something. And then you've got the Hardy Boys and the Dudleys both on Impact next week. Main event, world title match. Hardys versus the Nemeths World Tag Team titles. We've got a problem. Now, I love seeing ODB on the show. It was nice to see ODB for the first time in a long time. However, the Hardys retained the tag titles, and there's no end in sight of who they're going to regain the titles from. Like, who's going to take the titles off them? Because we are a month away from Bound for Glory. If the Hardys are going to get a match against Team 3D, we may not even get a tag team title match. Next week is called the final negotiation between the Hardys and Team 3D. I'm not sure how this is going to go, but I will be watching. But I'm not overly convinced. But that was this week's TNA. So we can move on, and this is where things get good. Because now, ladies and gentlemen, we have two events to preview. Yes. One thing I am going to do, however, is I am going to take just a minute, I'm going to take a 30-second break just so I can have a quick drink. But when we come back, we will get into it. Oh, there is a 60-second. Nice. "60-second break." Get your comments in, guys. Which show do you want to start with? but we will be doing our previews after this. Ooh, okay. For this one, we're going to mix up the music. Actually, you know what? I don't need to be on screen for this. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said earlier on, and I stand by it, there'll be no arguing. If you're taking part, I need all your predictions in one message this time. In one. The one thing is for sure, we are going to get through it. We're going to have some fun. Okay, straight away from Abu. Okay. No, Catherine. We get your predictions live. None of that disrespect. Okay. LA Knight hasn't turned heel. At least not yet. He's in the same boat as Jey Uso. No one has a fucking clue what he is. Remember what I said tonight? When the show ends, if you haven't dropped your predictions, I don't care. You're out. There's no second chances tonight. There's no switches or nothing. Like, if you miss it, you're out. I'm going to need more than that, Glenn. Okay. You don't have one, Glenn. Not on this one. You weren't in the last prediction show. Therefore, I need to make sure that you have one. I need it all as one message, guys. It needs to be all in one. because it doesn't. Wait, why the fuck? There, I'm locked in. And remember, there's no changes. Okay. Let's see. A lot of interesting predictions across the board. That'll be tomorrow, TBC. Yeah. I do. I think the way the matches are going to go, I don't think any of them are going to be good, regardless. I think the match flow is going to be very out of place. I think the fact that there's not even like an Intercontinental title or even a US title match on the card, I think is quite embarrassing. I don't see a way forward for this type of pay-per-view. I think they've really let themselves down with this event. And I feel like they could have done so much more to make it stand out. What's your favourite ever Jake the Snake Roberts match? WrestleMania 6 versus Ted DiBiase and I would say WrestleMania 8 versus Taker. His matches with Savage were good. So it looks like... So... Lesnar will open the show, and Rhodes and McIntyre's contract signing will close the show. No, that's all yours, Fernando. You're good. There's only 5 matches for this one show anyway. Well, this show in particular only has 5 matches, so you're fine. Seth and AJ. You mean Seth and Becky? Five matches and it's just not that good. Punk and AJ. That's okay. Five is like normal for them. Yeah, it is. You're not wrong. I don't know if Temple will show for these, so I'll put TBC just in case Temple does watch back. Same with Nathan, but if I don't get their predictions by at minimum 1 o'clock tomorrow, I'll say 1 PM UK time, then I will null and void their prediction. It's not really easy because, well, some of it is, but to be fair, none of the matches here are good. Maybe that's the prediction part. But it's actually a really shit show. It's going to be a horrible watch. I'll be surprised if I survive. This one won't be easy. Okay. She's showing up. What's happening?
Not much, just getting the earphones plugged in.
Sound. Let me see if I can add one of these in. Hold on. There we go.
Okay, how far are you through a preview?
Done the predictions for the 5 match disaster class.
Come on now, it'll be all right. I mean, 5 matches. You got to just like, if you wanted any sort of confirmation that they really didn't care about doing a show, like there's your answer. You know, like just. Yeah, fuck it. Throw these 5 matches on.
Absolutely. What have you got for these then?
What have I got? Well, I mean, I don't know. Do we want to do predictions or do we want to talk about the matches first?
Do your predictions, then we can talk about them.
All right. Okay. Wait, why the heck are there TBCs? Oh, just like if you've not said anything yet.
Yeah.
Right, I thought they meant like, a third person's coming in. It's like, please no.
Nah. I'm giving some of them a chance. They've got until 1 o'clock tomorrow. And then after that, they're going to be just scored out.
Brock doesn't come back to get beat clean or to get beat at all. So I think Brock.
Okay.
Do you have to put it in all caps for me? Like, do you?
It's not by that, it's the font choice. You've got Algerian bold.
Oh. Well, I'll yeet, I suppose.
Everyone's got different fonts.
All right, okay. Yeah, I struggle to see that on the phone screen. I do see some of them as being very different, and then some of them, nah, but that's fine.
None of that basic bitch fonts.
And then you've got the Usos back together, or the Vision, who don't really need a win because they're Seth Rollins goons. So, and you've got to factor in that
Ellie Squidgy.
Roman jobbed for one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Braun?
Yeah, Bronson.
Bronson, yeah. So the Usos probably win.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll go the Usos for that.
That's fine.
And since there are no stakes on this match, it's Punk and AJ Lee.
Interesting. So do or die that one for me then.
They're not going to switch the belt on this show.
They should, because this title run is fucking garbage.
I think Cody retains here.
He probably will, but just his title run has been so fucking lazy. It can't be arsed.
And then
Whoever wins this is jobbing to Rhea Ripley anyway, so... Oh, spoiler.
I'll go with Io.
Okay.
Because they haven't done Rhea and Io yet, and they've been teasing it out the arse.
I mean, they've done it plenty of times. The only one they haven't done is Stephanie Vaquer versus Rhea Ripley whenever they're going to do that.
Have they done Rhea versus Io one-on-one?
Yeah. That's how she won the belt off her.
No, triple threat, mate.
No, Io beat Rhea one-on-one. Because
Are we talking? You're talking most recent here?
The whole thing started because of Io beating Rhea Ripley before Mania. They've done them constantly. The amount of times they've wrestled each other this year alone is shocking.
No, it's been a lot of triple threats. They've not done like a pay-per-view encounter between the two of them, which is what we've wanted. They inserted Bianca the first time, and then they inserted Naomi the second time. So I think they do finally want to do it.
I think it's just the fact that they're just wasting their own time.
I don't think they've done a pay-per-view encounter that's one-on-one.
I'm sure they have. Not that.
Can comments help us out here? A pay-per-view encounter that's one-on-one. I am trying to predict, Josiah. Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah, they did the Monday Night Raw. Evolution.
Yeah.
Evolution was one-on-one. Naomi did get involved at the end, though. That was
Did anyone watch Evolution?
I'm just pointing out a fact.
Did anyone watch Evolution, though?
Well, some people did, because apparently it was a 5-star, which is interesting. But that is the reality of it. It was It was pay-per-view one-on-one.
It's like pay-per-view light because no one watched it.
Still happened. You can't.
It was on the same day as. Was it one of the AEW shows?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on the same day as an AEW pay-per-view. Like, you know, they'll commit some new level of GBH. So of course, no one's going to watch Evolution.
To be fair, Evolution 2 was GBH. It was game busting holes.
It was Evolution. I did, and it was okay.
Day after All In. Yeah, day after. The whole weekend. It was the whole weekend. It was a random NXT AEW. Then, it was Saturday night's main event was on the Saturday.
I don't think they just don't matter. I don't think Vickers winning the belt yet. I think she's absolutely ready for it. I just don't think they're going to. They're not going to crown her at WrestlePalooza, a pay-per-view that they've thrown together.
She's far too over, though. That's the only thing. But mind you, so was many people beforehand. But
she can be over and lose.
Yeah, it'll be funny if she does lose, though. Like if she does lose, it will be funny because it'll just set off a lot of comments. Abu will probably have to change his Bluetooth subscription if Vicker does lose, though.
Could Judgment Day get involved?
Potentially. Yeah, Josiah, that is true. That is true.
Roxanne could cost Stephanie.
They are thinking that Liv Morgan might get involved.
Or Asuka?
She's going to go after Io Sky. That's definitely happening. Like, that feud is 100% happening.
Unless it's all a swerve, brother. It could all be a big old swerve, brother.
It absolutely is all Booker T's fault.
It's all Booker T's fault.
He's an absolute gunner. Like the amount of gunning that he does for Vicker's arse is just not healthy at all. That man really, really needs to get injections.
Yeah, well, I mean, Abul's also getting a bit excited, as we mentioned.
Don't worry,
Vicker, so...
Don't worry, I know how to handle Abu. 2 seconds. Yeah, he did do it again on NXT. That's why I won't be watching that show again.
It's a bizarre response to any wrestling move. Honestly.
I'm surprised his wife wasn't watching, but every time Abu is literally getting insane for a woman, this is literally what I think about how we respond to Abu and the where is it.
Oh, come on, man.
Quite literally, Abu.
Oh, come on, man.
How old is Stephanie Vicker? Because that's creepy for Booker T, surely.
She is... I think she's only, just in her 30s or close enough.
I would have guessed 32.
She's 4 years older than me. 1993.
God, she's 98.
No, she's 31. She's 31.
Hey, I'm going to take that. I guess 32.
Yeah, she's not far off, though. But yeah, she's 4 years older than I am. March 93. She does, I mean, you see when you look at her, if you be honest, she looks like she's 25 to 27 age bracket. She looks younger than what she is for early 30s woman. She doesn't look 30.
Yeah, no, but oftentimes you're not going to get certainly a drafted prospect. You're not really going to get them as young as you think you've got them. I mean, she wasn't drafted. She was hired on the back of Forbidden Door, but the fact that she was hired and she didn't come through WWE's developmental, it's the same idea with people that look at Priest and go, "Oh, Priest's young and fresh," and that. It's like, you do realize he's 40.
Same age as LA Knight.
It's like, he old. It just took a long time to get him,
She is a long-standing veteran, though, Stephanie Vicker. She has been wrestling since she was 15.
You all right, Catherine? Yeah, I am here for now. Anyway, we're here to do the previews, and so far we've discussed. I don't know. Is there much weight? I know that I've said the thing about Io and Rhea. Do you think it still carries the same amount of weight these days when people talk about the first encounter? Because I remember, like, certainly before the pandemic, we would talk about, yeah, okay, these two have fought, but what about their first pay-per-view encounter? Does that carry... what I'm trying to say is...
I get what you're saying. It's a great
Do
question.
they put more into a pay-per-view match anymore? Or would it just be like the Raw one, but no breaks?
Ooh. I think it would be the Raw one, no breaks. I think it would have to be. Let's change that around a little bit. There we go. Just for the remainder of the show, I'm going to use the old logo. I've switched the time around so it's on the top screen.
It's an intriguing theme for Wrestlepalooza.
Yeah.
I mean, let's go to tag match numero. And actually, we'll start with Cena and Lesnar. Like, we've obviously already covered everything we could say about Io and Stephanie, so you know.
This is meant to be the show opener, and Lesnar does open SmackDown apparently with a live interview.
Yeah, and he doesn't come back to lose. Certainly not just to lose.
He would only come back to lose to him, in my opinion. I think he wouldn't lose to anyone else now. If I'm being honest, I think if anyone is offered a chance to beat Lesnar for the rest of this whatever run he's going to have, Lesnar's going to be like, absolutely not. I actually think he's at that point where he will not.
But what sort of run is it if you come back and lose immediately? That's not a run. That's not even slightly a run. That's an AEW run. That's when AEW go, oh, hey, you're awesome. Yeah, come on in. You're losing.
But he's already done this before. He's came back straight away and lost matches multiple times over. He's done that. In the last 5, 6, 7 years alone, Brock's done his leave, match, leave, come back. I mean, he lost his first match with Roman, fucked off, came back, lost again. Then he won a title. Then he lost it. Then he won the Rumble. Then he won his title back. Then he lost it.
Lost his first match to Roman. What are you talking about?
When he came back after Roman beat Cena at SummerSlam.
Oh, the last man standing thing.
Yeah, Brock lost. Straight up, like Brock lost that.
Yeah, but that was to Roman, and they were telling this really long storyline. What I mean is, we don't currently have a Universal Champion that's over 1,000 days into a run or has the plan of doing a 4-year reign. Like
at that point, Roman was only at 365. He was only a year as champion at that point.
Yeah, but you knew Brock wasn't actually going to beat him.
I think a lot of people had thought he would have. Just because of the long run in history and the record he has on him. He's got one of the better records against Roman, but obviously...
Yeah, but what happens if Brock wins it back? You don't have the title on TV and you've taken the bloodline off. And only a year in, they were still hot.
And Abel's not wrong either. Abel's correct. He did lose that Extreme Rules match as well.
Yeah, that's going way back to Super Cena, though. This isn't Super Cena.
No, this is... potential paraplegic Cena.
Brock just returns, ruins a pay-per-view, and then has a match on the following pay-per-view, and he normally wins it.
Brock's a strange thing. I mean, I really don't care for Brock in 2025.
He doesn't need to be here. He just doesn't need to be here. He doesn't need to be on the card.
This could have been Cena versus AJ. Or here's an idea. You do Cena versus Sammy Chode on a pay-per-view for the US title. Oh, wait, never mind. We don't do logic here. Never mind.
Nah, no need to put that US title on a pay-per-view.
I mean, it's basically worthless now. Josiah says, no, Brock doesn't ruin pay-per-views, but his presence is quite weird. I mean, the fact that he's got that frickin' mullet is embarrassing.
But the thing is, you talk about his presence being weird, but he doesn't ruin pay-per-views. But the fact remains that 90% of the time that he is on a card, he is purely there for the fans in attendance. TV audiences do not like him.
He's got a ponytail and a mullet, though, Josiah. He's got both. He's trying to be Qui-Gon Jinn. That's why I called him Qui-Gon Lesnar.
TV audiences don't like seeing Brock Lesnar. They don't like seeing his matches.
But pay-per-view Lesnar, they will show up for him.
Yeah, but now we don't have pay-per-view. So now you actually get to the point where the fans watching, the ones with the network subscription, watch Brock Lesnar, and more of them are kind of like, why are you here?
So we're gonna call him Network Brock.
Possibly.
Peacock.
But no, because
I was gonna say Peacock Brock.
yeah, because he's not a network draw really, because he's hardly there. And if you look at, since they switched over to Peacock then Netflix, hardly been there, and a minor recurring character.
Yeah. Abel says, what if R-Truth Chenna interferes and helps Chenna win? I swear to God, if that absolute goof shows up, hand him his P45. Because what is the point of R-Truth? He's an absolute fool.
That's the retirement match.
He is that's a good point. Ailey, remember, online fans don't matter. That's true. We've been told we don't matter.
Yeah, they could do a double retirement match.
If you don't go to shows, they don't give a fuck. Yeah, that's true. I'm surprised that they haven't done Cena versus AJ. Like, even for this would have been fine. This actually would have been alright. I wouldn't have bothered. Like, I wouldn't have been angry. Could see that. If they honestly do R-Truth versus Cena on this run again, for the babyface Cena versus babyface delusional Cena is what I'm going to call R-Truth going forward. Delusional Chenna and John Chenna against each other again. What is the point? He's basically a waste.
Equally, what's the point of Brock Lesnar doing anything right now?
Again, I don't see the point in Brock Lesnar in the first place. That's why I burst out laughing when he returned, because I'm like, this is so obvious. He
doesn't get any. He doesn't develop anything. He doesn't move anything forward. This is a guy who is in the way of us getting a match on this pay-per-view. And we've got to deal with John Cena and Brock Lesnar. And obviously I enjoyed Cody versus Brock Lesnar, but that's because Cody could carry the bleeding match. Cena's not gonna... It's not gonna be that.
What I don't get as well, and funnily enough, Abu actually mentioned it in the chat, it doesn't have to be that match. But he did mention Dominic Mysterio. Why is the Intercontinental title not on this show? Yeah, I don't disagree with that, Josiah. After this feud, he's going to want the world title. He will.
Yep.
And he'll probably win it. And he'll try and make the world title relevant, and he'll fail because it's Brock Lesnar. Like, he's only ever held a big gold belt once, and they instantly got rid of it. Cena avenges the dominance Brock Lesnar put on him, but how can he? Yes, Cena can beat Lesnar, that's fine. But their current record is Brock Lesnar 4, John Cena 2.
Yeah, and let's have Brock Lesnar after he beats John Cena. Let's do Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins again, because that's been a really good match historically.
I agree with Josiah as well. I don't know if I can take another Brock feud that involves Heyman. Me neither.
It's like, dude, just move on.
It's like one of those where you just keep coming back to that one person because you just cannot stop meeting them for a quick one. Brock and Paul Heyman are constantly doing quickies with each other, and it's honestly disgusting.
Jeez, sorry? What?
Yeah, that's what those two are. It is literally
right.
Those two are the wrestling quickies. Like, Brock gives it to Heyman, and Heyman takes it, and then Heyman dishes it back by running away like the fat walrus that he is. But it's just I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I think this one and done for Lesnar for the year. Do you think Lesnar's only going to do one match? I think he is in the Royal Rumble. And I think he will get eliminated by Gunther. I still stand by that. I think Gunther eliminates him at the Rumble. Because that'll set up. I think that'll be their match next year. I think Gunther will get Lesnar next year.
Yeah, and they could do the match and not have any title involved, and then it's actually intriguing to see who'll win for that one.
Brock Lesnar probably takes like 60 chops. What if he eliminates Gunther? Then Gunther just does a Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels and just gets in the ring and just beats the shit out of him. Oh wait, never mind. We said what if he eliminates Gunther? We know Gunther wouldn't do that to Lesnar. Gunther probably just walks away in a huff, shouting stuff in German, and then Brock just goes, I'm going hunting. And probably goes and kills a deer or something because he's a sick freak. I don't know.
Are you any more excited for the Usos being back together?
No. This is another one where I simply don't care. The only thing that will actually be interesting is, will LA, is he a hero? Is he a knight? Is he a babyface? Or is he a heel? Or is he just a tweener? Will he get involved? I'm expecting it some way, somehow.
I'd rather he didn't. I'd rather we just saw, the match as it is. I think the match does have potential to be good. I just think that without interference, the Usos are absolutely winning it.
There is one real question that needs to be asked about this match. How many super kicks versus how many spears?
Oh. I mean, you've also got the question of how many splashes.
That's true. I'd be excited if Jey Uso stopped his main character syndrome. If he stops taking cocaine, then absolutely his main character syndrome will stop.
Oh, you know what it'll be? It'll be Jimmy Uso start entering, and then Jey Uso come in either through the crowd, or they'll switch to Jey Uso's theme so everyone in the arena can chant yeet. And if there's no interference, the Usos win.
Yes, we're counting Jey Uso's spear as a spear, even though that thing is embarrassingly funny to watch because it's so terrible. But yes,
we'll get onto it with the Seth Rollins match. But my question is this:
go on.
Why do the Vision care if Seth and Becky lose? So it's been established that Seth's with Becky, obviously. We know that through the marriage. And it's been established that Seth is with Bronson and Braun.
Even though he's barely been with them in recent segments, he's been just with Becky regardless.
Why would the Vision actually care about Becky? It's weird. It's like Seth's got two different teams going on. They don't move like a stable. They're literally doing their own thing. Seth has had fuck all to do with the Usos for weeks because it's all been Punk.
Yeah, he's not done anything with them since
Paris, right?
Yeah, Clash in Paris.
Yeah, he hasn't touched them since Paris. And he's just like, henchman, deal with the Usos. I have my wife to defend.
Yeah, you know what I would have done for this? It's a bit of a throwback, but it goes back. Let me just remember the pay-per-view. Yeah, that was it. I'm pretty sure it was Night of Champions 2008. It was either Night of Champions 2008 or it was SummerSlam. And it was Santino and Beth Phoenix versus Mickie James and Kofi Kingston. And it was mixed tag. And it was the IC and women's titles on the line. And Santino and Beth Phoenix won, and they won both titles. Now, I'm not saying you can make the match interesting more, but you could raise the stakes for this one. You could have the world title and the women's intercontinental title on the line in this mixed tag, because at least you would see some jeopardy.
Yeah, and I'm telling you now, I reckon, and what I said to you, I might not have said it on the show, but if you wanted to pull people away at the time that this show was obviously going on at the same time as All Out, it now obviously isn't.
Yeah.
But at the time that it was, I'd be like, okay, well, the main event, we're going to do Seth versus Punk, and Punk's going to win.
Yes.
And we're gonna do the title change, and Seth could always get it back, but we'll do the title change so that we can get as many viewers as possible. And I
And it
would
shuts up
still
Punk.
do that. And I don't like the fact that they think that they can go long term with CM Punk when he's not a long term guy. I really don't like the fact that this has been built around Becky slapping Punk, Punk being too much of a gentleman to do anything about it.
No. Remember, it wasn't because she slapped him, it's because she motorboated him. In her words. In her words.
Mm.
So,
yeah. But then Becky like slaps him around the face again.
Like that whole wishy-washy slapping. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, it's the paintbrush deal. Jim Cornette talks about it when he gave it to Santino Marella. You go left, right, left, right, left, right, and you just keep going. But it was the visual for me of Becky standing there like, oh, who's it gonna be? Huh? And like 5 minutes earlier, the whole crowd were chanting AJ Lee. And then it was AJ Lee. And she was surprised. Not only was she surprised, she was scared. And
you messaged me the day after.
AJ Lee's tiny. And it doesn't work. And I don't care that she's crazy. I don't care that she's athletic. Becky's standing there, scared to death of AJ Lee, who's just skipping to the ring like a schoolgirl. I'm like, Becky, one, if you are scared, leave the ring.
Yeah.
Two, why are you scared? This girl is half your size. You've got the belt. There are so many advantages you have right now.
Like, fucking use it. That's what I would have done.
Yeah, if you have so many advantages right now.
Like, if this had been... Say it wasn't AJ. Say it had been Bailey, who's doing her Who Am I stage. Or it had been a Rhea Ripley. Or, hell forbidden, they brought in Paige. As an example. They brought her back from a short return.
I wanted it to be Rhea.
They're all bigger than Becky. Both.
I wanted it to be Rhea. I think if you wanted that effect, if you wanted that scared shitless impact, you do Punk and Rhea, because no one was expecting Rhea, and Becky would be terrified.
If you're the emotion that Becky should have portrayed when AJ Lee came out, a lot of people are going to cry about it because it's AJ Lee, but Becky Lynch should have stood there laughing. She should have burst out laughing.
And then that's how you get Rhea. That's how you get Rhea's title match following Io and Stephanie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Punk's like, hey, I actually have a few chips in this game, you know. So how's about you help me? Obviously, explain this after you do the surprise. Where Punk's like, you know, we had a deal. You help me with this, and I'll curry you some favor and make sure that you're the next #1 contender. And then that would have made perfect narrative sense.
Like the old phrase. It's like the old phrase, who's got the biggest stroke? That is like, it's an old phrase in wrestling, who's got the biggest stroke when it comes to influence and who can get something. See it like Rhea Ripley has a little bit of stroke. CM Punk has far more stake in the game.
Exactly. Punk be like, you know, I'm gonna get you ahead, but you've got to help me deal with Seth and Becky.
Yeah, Kevin Nash. Yep, exactly. Who's got stroke? It's Kevin Nash phrase. Great.
And then people, because I'm just confused. I am happy for AJ Lee if this is what she wants to do again, and if she's back, then cool, great.
She's back on a long-term contract, so
I don't care to see her.
I have a feeling as well she's going to take the IC title and then Roxanne's going to turn on her.
Yeah, probably.
They're going to do that. They're going to do that because they're going to do the whole, oh, we've done Lyra Valkyria, the bird chick, turn on her mentor. Now we're going to do Roxanne Perez, turn on her wrestling mother.
And then maybe they could start a stable called the Bad Eggs.
And then
it'll just be all the young people that turned on the Prodigies.
which means that Tatum Paxley, whatever she's freaking called, she'll turn on Alexa Bliss. And then,
and Dominic Mysterio's the manager. Because he turned on his mentor. See, we've made it perfect. No? I thought it was a good idea.
It's not that I think it's a bad idea. I just think it's absolutely funny because you just know Dominic would wear a shirt saying, "I've got all these holes."
Yeah, exactly. He'd be like oh, the guy in Black Widow.
Yeah.
I don't remember the character's name.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny thing is you could literally have beside Don Mysterio could wear a shirt saying "Who's getting my chicken nuggets" or whatever they're called, and you just got everyone's face underneath the chicken nuggets going, "It's your shot today."
Yeah, exactly.
Spin the wheel. Here's my chicken tender. You're getting them this time. It lands on Tatum Paxley, and she gives him burnt chicken nuggets or something.
And then, of course, we've got ourselves for the WWE Championship. Drew's got no chance, I think.
I feel like they would try something, but I don't know if anyone's going to believe it. You know what I mean? Like,
it's possible here that Orton causes a DQ.
I wonder when that heel turn's coming. Or if he's just gonna, or if it sets up a triple threat for them. They've got. This is something I believe in. Let's be real. Cody Rhodes does not need to be involved in a War Games match at Survivor Series. That bitch needs to defend his title at Survivor Series. It's been far too long since a WWE title's been defended at a Survivor Series pay-per-view.
Yeah, they've also they need to stop doing. I think I said this before Clash in Paris, but they need to stop doing these multi-man world title matches like the belt's gonna change hands.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, you really need to put some.
Well, from the moment we knew that Paris was a fatal four-way, I mean, okay, Seth had just won the belt. It's already smart fans like us are like, yeah, they're not gonna do that. But then when they go, oh, but it's a fatal four-way, so he doesn't even have to be pinned to lose. It's like he's gonna win.
And we knew that. And we knew that because it's a fatal four-way, any form of interference can happen because there's no DQ.
Mid-card matches for triple threat and fatal four-way, they can be, exciting and who's going to win this and what's going to happen here. But the world title, they always go like, oh, here's a triple threat or a fatal four-way, and guess who's winning? It's the champion. It even goes back to Roman, Knight, AJ, and Orton at Royal Rumble one year, I think it was.
Yeah.
And, Roman was never losing that match.
Yeah.
It just wasn't going to happen. So they do need to cut that out, I think.
Or at least make it believable in terms of Jeopardy.
How do you do it?
You don't put Jey Uso in a world title match anyway, because he ain't believable.
Yeah, but how do you...
I don't know.
Cody versus Orton versus Drew.
That's
how do you put Jeopardy into that?
You've got the element of the mentor could easily screw over the champion, but then you've got somebody who has a dislike for both and an axe to grind could overcome either or. Cody under pressure as well against proving himself to be a good champion, which he hasn't been for quite a while, up against two people that actually would do anything at all costs to rip him apart and take his title. But Cody Rhodes, he used to go into matches with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder where he could be a little bit of an underdog and he could be under pressure. Now he goes into matches where he's such an overwhelming favourite. And he goes into these matches and you just know that we know you're not going to lose, so what's the fucking point? He could
The-
walk into a match with a broken arm and they would still book him to win.
There's no one for him to fight. Drew McIntyre is the last real threat right now,
Yeah, I don't know who they
and
get
I
after
just don't
this.
think they're changing the WWE title on WrestlePalooza.
I don't even see the point in doing this WrestlePalooza anyway. They should just give them. They shouldn't even bother doing it. They should give them a break until Survivor Series and focus on that because, again, it's another freaking War Game show. Who cares? Like, that's not
There's no major issue that would have a War Games other than the Vision.
the Vision versus CM Punk and three
Punk's
randoms.
mates, yeah. Well, obviously, it can't be a 4-on-4 because
Punk's plebs.
Becky can't go in.
Oh, I suppose you could do you could do a mixed one.
No,
but
you
would have to
couldn't.
separate them.
You
You'd have to separate the ring.
absolutely couldn't.
I'd be all for it. Just for
The
just
only
for
way you
brutality.
could ever do that is if they treated Becky as a men's competitor, and
mean,
anything could happen to her.
She calls herself the man. She may.
But
as
yeah,
well.
that's again. I just don't think they would do it.
I mean,
So
she could,
who
I think
who ends up siding with the Vision? Huh? Who's that
I've-
for?
I think it stays the same. Maybe you include someone like Tony D'Angelo. I constantly see his name being mentioned as someone who could go to the main roster and join them. A lot of people were thinking Ethan Page, but he's now doing stuff with Chelsea Green, so he's out of the equation. But I see a lot of people constantly saying Tony D'Angelo. I don't know much about him. I just know his name. I know he's like that. Is he not like some mafia gimmick or something? The family, where it's
He's
called.
the Italian mob boss. Yeah, the boss of
Yeah.
the family.
Yeah. He's somebody that's constantly mentioned as people want him as part of it. I don't know if that's a good dynamic or not, but his name is constantly mentioned. What's up, Dan? But
I
that's-
think Tony D'Angelo being in any role other than leading something is
Yeah.
probably a bad idea.
I don't know much about him, so I don't know.
I just he'll be so lost in the shuffle. What the Vision needs.
Could it be someone like Austin Fury?
No, because right now the Vision's just buff dudes. I mean, the
That's true,
Usos
actually.
said it. The Usos said it best. It was PBJ&J security. The idea that they're just too big bouncers for Seth. So
That's a
they
good point.
need something that's a bit unhinged.
Whoa, hold on. Alright then. Plot twist. LA Knight could join the Vision. Maybe I will. I was going to go for a different plot twist. Someone who's not yet returned, but someone who is scheduled to return soon.
Dragunov?
Yeah.
I mean, it would work. I was thinking Penta.
Penta's a possibility. I mean, when you look, yeah. You look
he's
at
not
it,
doing much as a face.
He is better as I like Penta as a babyface and a heel, but he is better as a heel.
You could easily put an eye in that logo.
Mm.
And
I think
like I say, it's the idea because they're lacking they're lacking cope. Sorry, they're lacking edge right now. Where
The funny thing is, you are right technically by that. Like they are lacking something. What they get to though is a question.
I just think they're lacking enthusiasm. There's nothing that ties these three guys together, really, other than Seth got help from two big boys. They're not
Yeah.
working to any common goal other than Seth wins. But in terms of the vision, it's supposed to be the vision of what Monday Night Raw should be. So there should be an element of a Penta or something, who is, yes, exciting, but is also nefarious. He's heel, but he's exciting because Seth ultimately, he is not the guy like a Brock Lesnar who's I'm gonna win and it's gonna be boring and I don't care because give me the money. Seth's
Yeah.
whole thing this entire time when he was a heel playing a face, when he was a face playing a heel, it's always been, I am the show, and I have the best match, and I do the best this, and I do the best that. It doesn't make sense to be like, I do the best match, and here's a 10-minute rest hold. Like, it doesn't work. You need that excitement.
Abel's thinking, what if you had Aleister Black in the division? Well, for one, he's on SmackDown. They've not done the so-called
Good
draft.
work.
But two, he's in catering. Aleister Black is just a jobber now. Chester says, I could see Judgment Day turning on Dom and he lose the IC title to Rusev. I'm going to say this for the first time in a long time. If Dominic Mysterio generally loses the Intercontinental title to Rusev, then Dominic Mysterio needs to retire from wrestling.
Rusev is just so
shite.
Man, I don't want to see him. I don't care.
I'll say it. I would rather have chronic diarrhea than watch Rusev. Like, because he is diarrhea in the ring. He is utter shite. He always shits the bed.
He's got to the point now where he's been so bad for so long that, like, I don't want to watch how he is now. Just because...
It's like Andrade. Andrade.
For me, it's where Cesaro got to. Where, like, it didn't matter what they did with Cesaro. Yeah. I was like, I just do not want to see you. You have gone beyond stale. Yeah. You are the loaf of bread left out for a month. Could you just go
He's like
away?
Bread.
It's just I'm not actually interested, and it's the same with Rusev. I'm just like, I am not even the slightest bit interested in you.
Abel says Rusev as the third monster for the Vision. No, because that causes another complex. That causes the which bitch has the bigger ego complex. And I don't want to see Lana back in wrestling anyway. So, no.
Yeah, the other thing as well is you got to make sure that it's Penta or something so that they can't be fucking tempted into a romance angle with Becky and whoever. Because I'm telling you now, Rusev would be pitching that.
Oh, you know it would.
How's about for once, I do the cucking. No.
As a cuck usering tomorrow.
Exactly. It's like that. Like, what?
I'm going
What's to say
I can see the promo now for absolute scenes. I can see this in the promo. I'm going to cuck you and your wife, and I'm going to make sure I put you in the camel clutch, and I'm going to cuck you, boy.
Essentially, the Lana and Bobby Lashley story ruined Rusev. It did, but he also asked for that.
He got mugged.
He asked for it.
He did.
That was his idea.
You know what was even funnier, and this is the part that I feel sorry for Rusev, is the fact that it's the fact that they went, we need to show off our muscles. Who's the bigger man? And Rusev has genuinely got bigger muscles than Lashley.
Yeah.
And Rusev is like, I've got the bigger body, and Lana's like, you don't have this though. And then she cucked him, and then she cucked him for Liv Morgan. Can't take that shit seriously.
That did happen. I forgot about Liv Morgan being in the cake. Yeah. Oh my word, that was like that was like a fever dream. That
the reason I can't forget it is because it's so bad. Like, that's why I can't.
Oh yeah, it. No, it is.
It was so it was just funny when she came out and they're like, I object. Fuck off, Shrek. No, I can't.
So I think that's wrapped one show. I don't think we have much more to say about it.
The Io Sky versus Vakur one, lastly though, like the last part for that.
Okay.
I think the one thing I feel bad for these two is no matter who wins this, they're not getting a decent title reign. Like, no matter who wins, They go to Australia, and Rhea Ripley is going to absolutely bitch them and take their title clean in the middle of the ring.
Which is probably another reason why you want it to be Io.
Maybe. I think Io's got like. It would be less of a problem. Oh, hold on. What's this? All right, okay. It's nothing important. It's just according to PW Insider, Styles, Penta, Finn Balor, and Ludwig Kaiser are all in the building for tonight's show. Probably dark matches or something. But Lesnar's definitely opening the show.
Or they're pledging themselves to the vision.
Yeah, I ain't pledging for that. Ludwig Kaiser. I think he's the guy who is now getting a deal with Starbucks. Because they actually are doing that. They're actually trying to partner El Grande Americano with Starbucks. Which is just absolutely shit and funny.
It's a wee bit desperate, isn't it?
It is desperate.
Like it comes off as pretty desperate to do that.
People
like, hey, we named a wrestler Americano. Can we get a deal? Like,
yeah,
you know, like, it does kind of show in a way the difference between being a star in wrestling and then being an actual star, because, like, yeah, you kind of have to go like cap in hand to these companies for these opportunities.
I agree.
What's the music?
I've changed it.
Oh right, okay.
We've done one. Now we're doing another one because it's good to change up a little bit. Right,
oh, is this where I get to do my favorite thing?
You get to talk about All Out now. Yes.
Yes, AEW. Let's go. Right, if you're new around here, I'm a massive fan of AEW. I love it. I think it's perfect. I think it's the embodiment of the best wrestling in the... I think it's awful. I think it's terrible. I don't like this show, but I will at least tell you why I don't like it. So let's see what we've got. And to be fair, I don't think I'm going to have something bad to say about this entire card, but there's certainly the things in there.
Yeah, I need to change all these obviously because you're on Algerian time. So there we go. Not literally, but your Algerian font.
I'll yeet, my friend. I'll yeet.
I'll slap you silly. There we go. Okay. Abu, I don't need to scroll up. I've got yours right here. You're fine. So feel free. You can go ahead. I'm just going to put Abel's predictions in.
Yeah, I need to try and read that. Sorry, it's my old face. Right. C&C versus FTR. Well,
yeah. They are. This is also being confirmed. I want your opinion on this. This is actually being confirmed by Tony Khan. This is the match that's opening the main show.
I don't have a problem with that. I do have a problem with the booking of it in terms of why are neither of these teams champion going in?
Well, they were never going to put these as for a title. This was never going to be for a title.
Why not, though?
I don't know, but that's what I thought from the beginning. I never saw it coming. I never thought it would be for a title.
They had the opportunity to put the belts on FTR before they did this match.
I fucking had these predictions. Where are they?
You've spoken with such confidence, and it will prove to be hubris.
I had them, and now they've disappeared. Like, they were in the chat.
Yeah, and Katie Vick was a mannequin. But yeah, I'm not interested in seeing this match when it's not for a belt. Actually,
That's fair.
like I just thought it would be so much better if this was actually for a title and had stakes. Instead, they want to. I mean, obviously, they want to get them on the card, and this match is like the obvious open goal, and really the only obvious open goal match for this whole Edge and Christian thing.
Yeah.
Cope and Christian part.
No, I get where you're coming from, yeah.
But it should then be like made a big deal out of. I feel like they've rushed their way to this match because it's the match that they've got, but they also don't want to make it for the belt, which means that it's the first encounter of two teams that people do want to see face each other, but it's not for anything.
No, that's fair.
And it's not a surprise either. If it was like an open challenge thing, you'd be like, oh, okay. But it kind of loses that too. This is just a nothing tag match.
Oh wait, never mind. He's fine. He's got it.
Yeah, and it's not even Cope and Christian's first match because they had a warm up match, which, you know, I don't think it made much sense to do it, but they did it. The less said about that match, the better. But yeah, in terms of who's going to win, it's obviously going to be Cope and Christian.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Regardless, 2 seconds. Just last one for. Who's he got? Oh, he's went for bum ass Burger King Kingston. Can't believe that spanner's on this card. So you've gone for Cope and Christian anyway, which is fine.
I have indeed.
That's fine. Josiah and Zodiac, thanks for dropping yours. I'll just add them in quickly. Whilst I'm here, I'm going to do the exact same. Let's see. Where so I can just scroll down because I've got benefits of free monitors. I've got them right beside me. Okay, so Zodiac has gone for CNC as well. He's gone for Ricochet's team, which for some reason was shown as Command on Wikipedia, then they've changed it. So no idea what they're going to call themselves, but I quite like the idea of Command, so I'm sticking with it. He's gone for Darby Allin, okay. Yep. MJF, no surprise, because he's an MJF mark. Which is understandable, we all have that. He's gone for Hangman. Okay, no problem. Some good predictions here, folks. All round, there's some good predictions. He's gone for Kazuchika Okada to retain. He's gone for bum-ass Kingston. And Bro Dido as well to retain in the ladder match. Okay, no problem. Let's see. Catherine and Josiah. Quickly get them. So, where's Josiah? There we go. And Josiah's back on the channel next week as well, because Destruction and Kobe is next weekend. So that'll be interesting.
Nice.
It's Takeshita's using his G1 match next weekend against Zack Sabre Jr.
Right.
He wants to go into Wrestle Kingdom as world champion, which I'm actually quite enjoying this whole thing that they're doing right now. Josiah's gone for Hurt. He's gone for Hurt Syndicate. Okay. He's going for Mercedes. Okay. That prick Ren is next. Oh wait, sorry, it's the following weekend. Sorry, Ren Narita can go suck a dick. I generally hate Ren.
Not
Narita.
very nice.
It's very appropriate.
Just not very nice at all, though.
Mark Briscoe. Timeless Tony Storm. No worries. He's gone for Hangman. He's also gone for Okada. Why the fuck have they what is that abuse on Okada's name? Fucking hate XL.
Okba.
Aye, fucking XL abuse. There we go. He's gone for bum-ass Kingston as well. And he's gone for Brodito. And that's alright, mate. I know you can see it. To be fair, it's just because of the size of it. It's because there's a lot there. Catherine has also gone for CNC. Or in her case, it's Clammy and Chunky.
That's not very nice.
Not her.
Oh,
Not her. Catherine has her. It's just her picking men.
I was like, sorry, what? Didn't realize you were an insult comic now.
Pretty much. Takeshita won't win the title in a multi-person match anyway. The good thing is there's no interference regardless because it's under these rules. But Takeshita will be the one that beats Okada regardless, in my opinion. She's also going for John Moxley. Cue the Ailey frown.
Oh, we'll get to it.
I know. MJF. She's also going for Timeless Tony Storm. Everyone seems to be picking Tony Storm. Right, understandable. Catherine, you put up a blog saying you want you think Kyle Fletcher should win, then you've predicted Hangman. You're a strange one, Catherine.
Just because what you think should happen. Like, remember, and this whole show's kind of been
to be fair,
founded on this, you know?
It's what we do. Who's Catherine? Oh, Catherine's gone for... Who's Catherine? Oh, she went for the Bucks. Okay. Catherine's gone for a different tag team. I respect it. Right, where's the champion? There we go. Maria, you've got a huge show to defend your title on.
It's an AEW card. Of course it's a huge show. Takes forever.
No, she's got to win both this and WrestlePalooza to retain her predictions title. She's had her one draw, which was last week, 2 weeks ago.
Wait a minute. What? You have to win both of them?
Combined. She needs to have the combined highest score.
All right, okay. So I thought you meant it's like 2 separate events. I was like, that seems really harsh.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to her. That would be cold. Although I am tempted. I am tempted. But
I bet you were going to until I brought it up.
Yeah, I was very tempted. But I wouldn't do that. I'm not like that. She's also gone for Hangman Page. She's gone for Timeless Tony Storm. She's gone for MJF. Coffin match. Who's she predicted for that? Maria, can you give me your prediction for Moxley versus Darby Allin, please? Because I don't have that. And I need your prediction for Copeland and Cage versus FTR and Hurt Syndicate versus Command Ops. Because I'm just going to call them Command Ops. That's just funny. So I need 4 matches from you, Maria. Takeshita versus Okada is Full Gear written over. I agree, because Okada by that point will be about 600 days as champion. And then they'll pull the plug. Okay. I've gone for the obvious just for the first match. I'm expecting it to be Copeland and Cage anyway. I don't see them losing the title.
There is no title.
The title of better tag team, not that.
You.
Don't worry. I'm saying they're actually going at this match trying to claim who is the greater tag team.
Well, clearly Brodito, because they're the ones with the fucking belts.
Well, you know what I mean? Like, they are trying to establish.
It's very annoying. They could have put the belts on FTR. They literally just had the opportunity to, and they're like, nah, Brodito, this weird fucking Franken team.
Yeah, they won't allow it though.
What do those two talk about? You know, how did they meet? What's the...
They came together, like, Brody King was, I think from what I remember, is he actually saved Bandito, and then it just led to them just sticking together. Bandito is still the Ring of Honor World Champion, yes. Doing well, in fact. But he should have lost it to Hechicero, in my opinion. Darby Allin, that's fine. Okay, we've finally got some shocks for a change. People are actually going wild. So Dan's predicted Jamie Hayter. Andy's predicted Kyle Fletcher.
Who are the better Canadians? What, like FTR pretend to be? Like they're from like Charlotte, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, they pretend to be Canadian. They do like a Mountie thing. That would at least be entertaining.
No, the Mountie is Canadian.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying if they dressed like Mounties.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that. That would be funny.
They could come out and cut a promo in French.
Dan's actually got a lot of different predictions to everybody. He's got Fletcher, Hayter, plus the Bucks in his one. There's a lot of differentiation here. I'm actually fair play. There's one I'm looking for. Did he pick MJF? I'm just checking. Yes, he did. Predicting
I thought
Tony
FTR was Canadian. Nah, good old Southern boys from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yep. Predicting
at least
Tony
one of them is.
to lose at this point is from. I agree with that, Josiah. Predicting Tony and Mercedes to lose at this point is just insanity.
Because Abul, when Edge was returning to WWE,
which is
he went to Charlotte to train with FTR.
Yeah. Right. Fernando went for Bro. I'm doing it in reverse order because that's what he's done. Well, he's done it in random order because that's Fernando, which is okay. So Brodito, time was Tony Storm. He's gone for Mark Briscoe.
Was there something in the air that night?
You've lost me.
Anyone in the comments, if you've got it.
I don't know what you were saying there. Sorry, that's why I was trying to. Like...
Oh, I said, was there something in the air that night?
Oh no.
I'm still waiting. We'll see if anyone can get it.
To be fair, I'm putting in all these predictions that I'm
yeah. So what's match 2? Let's yam on into that. Oh, Hurt Syndicate versus Command, right? Okay.
This is Lashley, Benjamin, and MVP versus Gates of Agony and Ricochet. This is 6-man tag.
Yeah. It is.
He's gone for Moxley there, that's fine.
I mean, Hurt Syndicate, how the mighty have fallen here. They probably win.
Yeah.
I mean, what do Command get out of it? Like nothing.
RVD light a doobie. Yeah.
Oh, something in the air. Did RVD light it? No.
He normally does anyway.
Maybe I've got the wrong crowd for that reference, but I'll wait.
Something in the air though.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Definitely not on most days.
It'll be sat there, and we'll see if anyone can get what I was referring to. But yeah, no. It sucks. It sucks that the Hurt Syndicate have disappeared all the way down to this, lowered themselves.
Fernando, you're missing 2. You're missing 2 matches, Fernando.
They've lowered themselves to this, and it's just a sad. Like Ricochet's existence in AEW is just sad now. Like he didn't work as a babyface because no one actually liked him. They just wanted to see him flip, and then he turned heel, and he's had some fairly pathetic feuds. I mean, there was the one that was all about scissors with Swerve, which was extra confusing because neither of those 2 guys are the Acclaimed. But it was so weird. It was like they had leftover props and like a failed. It was like they'd planned the Max Caster Anthony Bowens split, and they'd made the props for the big scissors, and then they didn't do it that way, and they just had scissors sat about, and they were like, "What do we do with scissors?" And I was like, I don't know. have Swerve cut Ricochet's head. Okay, yeah, cool, sure. It's just terrible. But Hurt Syndicate need to win.
Right, fuck, that's what I'm gonna call it. Actually, hold on 2 seconds. I'm gonna change that. I'm just gonna call them their actual tag name because I don't give a fuck what they're called. I'll just do that. It's easier. There we go.
The Flippy Gates of Agony.
Okay, go with that. I don't see them winning at all. I'll be surprised if they do win. If they do win, I will be surprised.
For anyone who is losing the reference there, it's definitely the wrong crowd for it. But I was quoting ABBA. Asheville, North Carolina. See, I got North Carolina, Catherine. Yeah, I was quoting ABBA at you because they have a song called Fernando.
In respect to music, I don't acknowledge ABBA.
Wow, unbelievable.
Don't like them. Sorry,
Unbelievable.
Never liked them.
Oh, Gates of Agony, right. I was like, Goa? Isn't Goa a different wrestler?
Tanga Goai.
No, was there not an NXT guy? Or was that Boa? Do you remember when Jai Lee had a weird, she was being sent off to, a boot camp?
Yeah.
There was a man that was sent off as well. Was his name not Goa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I was like, wait, what? What's he doing?
Maria.
He was Boa. He was Boa, right? Okay. I was like, yeah, you've unlocked that memory for me. I remember watching that, and it was like, was it at the start of the 2.0 stuff?
Yeah.
Where they were like, oh, let's repackage Jia Lee, and they also went, and let's take this guy too.
And it was so bad.
Well, he didn't get anywhere with it. She at least got on TV. He's still there. He's just trapped in the set they built.
That is true. That is true.
In the air tonight by Phil Collins crossed my mind after RVD. Fair enough. Also a banger.
Only one match outstanding for Maria, so for now, until she's gave it, she's just question mark.
Alright, so yeah, do you have anything to add about Hurt Syndicate and Gates, or shall we continue?
This match might be fun between them because not one of them are actually bad wrestlers. It's just the reality of it is I would have preferred a title rematch between Brodito and Benjamin and Lashley.
Yeah.
I would have preferred that. Because at least if you're going to actually show the strength of them as a tag team and putting over Brodito, that would have worked. I don't think MVP's taking the pin. That's if he's in the match to take the pin, then fair enough. But I don't think he will. I think they'll have. Hang on, how can you say MVP? You're predicting Hurt Syndicate, but you think MVP's going to lose? This is just wild.
Yeah, MVP's going to turn. And he'll be the third man for Ricochet's team, and then
fourth man.
No, because one of the Gates of Agony will get food poisoning or something, and then
so this is
Kevin
the thing,
Knight becomes the third.
Nah, he's in the title match.
He could pull double duty, or Mike Bailey.
He's not gonna turn heel to do this.
Or
if Hurt Syndicate win, it's because of MVP. All right, fair enough.
Who's the what's his name? Connors from New Japan Strong ages ago. Is it Clark Connors?
Clark Connors, yes.
Yeah, he could come back and do it.
He's too busy.
I honestly haven't seen him since the tournament.
He was at All In.
Yeah. Do you think I watched that?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good watch. I'd be interested to see how this watch along goes tomorrow, though. No idea how it's going to go, but we'll see. Yeah. So, Maria, I need your prediction for Mercedes versus Rio, but I think we can pretty much establish what that's going to be. So, I'm just putting mine in straight away. She is not losing.
No, Rio's not beating Mercedes Moné. You talk about a title reign that has been an absolute nothing burger. Mercedes Moné's is a nothing burger on nothing bread with nothing sauce and nothing lettuce. It has been woeful. She can't beat anybody without rolling them up. I mean, what happened to that poor Alex girl? You know,
Alex Windsor.
Yeah, she gets bloody rolled up like on TV. This woman can't beat people without rolling them up, and it's not a move for her. She just does it.
The last time Alex Windsor was on TV, she had Mercedes Moné locked in a sharpshooter on last week's show.
Yeah, I know, but still, like with the match, where they're like, "Oh, but we're gonna." I wonder if she just keeps saying that. If she just keeps going, no, but you're gonna look strong because I have to beat you via roll up, and it's like you beat everybody via roll up. It's not really.
This is a recurring pattern though, where matches are actually being done across the whole landscape of wrestling. Is actually for me quite a problem. Lots of wrestlers competing, and then all of a sudden, you have the match end by a roll-up. A lot of matches are being ended by a roll-up or a small package, and I'm like, there is no need. Like, Becky Lynch is getting one, by the way. Like, the Lynch pin. Just saying. That's coming. Becky Lynch's new finisher is going to be the Lynch pin.
I think it's fine if you factor it into, like, an actual move, but Mercedes Moné doesn't. It's after her submission fails, she rolls the person up.
It's still not exciting enough. But
like Darby Allin's able to make it exciting, and there are ways of making it exciting. I think Becky Lynch will get away with it as a finisher, as a heel, or if she's a face, she'll get away with it as a finisher against larger opponents when that's really like the option. Once again, you know, I've mentioned it before on the show, but the Rey Mysterio thing, where he used to jump on the guy and then it would actually become a roll-up. It wasn't just splash and land, but obviously as he's aged and as he's had all the knee surgeries, it's gotten worse and he can't do it that way anymore. But he used to hit the 619 and then rather than go at the top rope all the time, he'd sometimes like springboard off the top
and
rope, like from the middle.
It's like a belly flop.
Yeah, he'd springboard, but he would land in such a way that he would be like sitting across the opponent's shoulders.
Yeah.
With like the legs up and round. I don't know what you call that pin, actually.
Yeah, you're right though. I agree.
I know some of the names of the pins, but I don't know what that one is. But Rey Mysterio used to land on people and he would win via roll up, but after the 619. So it's fine if it's like part of your combination. That's why I've always liked Darby Allin away with it, because the Last Supper is
the West Coast pop
move.
was different. The West Coast pop was something else, Josiah. That was his Hurricane Rana. Like that was the springboard Hurricane Rana he did on a standing opponent. That was the West Coast pop, which was actually a good way to do it. But then obviously, as you say, surgeries, like all that, etc. His knees weakened. He doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah, his knees were weak and his arms were heavy.
Yeah, they still are. Go on then, Ailey.
Fuck both of these. Fuck both of them. This is going to be the match in the show that I have to look away from. And I don't know what they're going to do. But considering part of the build to the match has been Darby Allin putting someone in a body bag and just driving them off, which weirdly is not the first time AEW have used that. The body bag is a recurring feature of Darby Allin feuds. Yeah. What are they going to do? Because I reckon Glass Coffin is like guaranteed. Like a coffin with a glass lid is
I don't
guaranteed.
I actually don't know what to expect in this match. I will be brutally honest. I'm expecting violence, but I am not sure how this is going to end. Like, I really
Darby
don't
didn't
know.
come off the top of a mountain to lose to John Moxley when John Moxley is no longer the champ and can't get the belt back.
Yeah, there's no way. Like, it's
Darby Allin.
Yeah, Darby is going to win this, but I don't know.
I think he'll win with a coffin drop. Mark my word, I don't remember. Was it Brody King? And he had the coffin match, and he ended it by actually coffin dropping him through the table.
Yeah.
Right, the table is going to have a glass lid. And because they're this stupid, and trust me, they're this stupid, there's going to be spikes at the bottom of the coffin.
To be fair, Josiah, that is a real possibility. Gabe Kidd could come out of the coffin as well.
Maybe it's real glass, yeah, Crimea River.
But that is a real possibility, Josiah. Like
Yeah, you can't fill the coffin with tacks, but you can put the nail board in it.
That would also
Reece, if we give this company another 2 years, one of these idiots is going to die on pay-per-view.
I don't think there's going to be anything inside the coffin in terms of a weapon. But I agree with that.
Well, the nail board's technically part of the environment. You know, it wasn't much of a weapon when it was used. It was part of the environment that was placed down and very quickly came into effect. It's like when you use spikes in a Pokemon battle. You know, they were just laying them down.
Such a good move. I prefer toxic spikes. I hate people, so I do a toxic
Of course you prefer toxic spikes, you wanker.
Fuck you, yeah.
I much prefer Stealth Rock. Stealth Rock is
a good move, but then again, it's always good to just use a little bit of Constrict.
Yeah, but no, Stealth Rocks is good because like it basically hits everything.
So does toxic spikes.
No, if you're flying, you don't get hit. If you're flying or levitate, you can't get hit by toxic spikes. But Stealth Rock covers all.
No, that's a good point. It does. Still fun though. I agree with Abel though. As much as I've always been a fan of his, I do not want to see Sting in this. There's no need. Like, quite frankly, I can't believe I'm going to say this, and I'm really surprised I'm going to say this, but if you're going to have any return at All Out in this coffin match, it makes more sense, in my opinion, even though I think he's an absolute shit wrestler, it makes more sense for this match to have Orange Cassidy, because he actually has more involved. And I hate the guy. Like, I hate the guy, but it makes more sense because he was taken out by John Moxley in a main event. It makes more sense because it ties into an actual progressive story.
I hope he comes back with like his own mist move, but it's just the bleach, so he's coughing up a mix of bleach and blood.
And then just dies.
No, that's you saying that. I'm just saying as a gimmick, it should be that he swallowed enough Clorox so that it's now part of his immune system, and he can bleach someone's eyes with like a mist type move. But also because it's bleach, you would have to put some blood in there to show that it is like eroding his insides. Or maybe they stick with it and they'll just put like orange pulp in it.
So basically, Orange Cassidy's version of the Japanese mist, but it's this basically.
It's bleach and orange pulp, yeah.
He's built up a bleach tolerance.
Yeah, bleach and orange pulp and possibly some blood.
Here's a question, just for absolute shits and giggles.
And then after he can like get on the just really quickly, after he can get on the mic and go, "See, I beat you clean," and the crowd laughed.
You know what's actually quite funny? That would be fucking hilarious. Here's a genuine question, right? But it's also a really funny question. So, diabetic people obviously have insulin injections, right, to deal with if they go into a potential attack.
Mm-hmm.
So what's Orange Cassidy's coping mechanism, or his way of avoiding it being serious? Does he have like an injection as well, or does he have to do something else? Being serious, I can't help laughing at that, but that's coming to my head now.
I don't know. It's like, if you think about him like an orange, it would be an injection, but it's more like a
Bitter lemons. Oh god. Oh god.
It's like when what do they call it? Like you're infusing it, you know?
All right, yeah.
So like when you get a bartender and it's like, I've got orange for your cocktail, but I'm going to infuse it with this lavender syrup. And then they put it in and like, you know, they like poke into the fruit and they inject this stuff. I think it works like that. I think he doesn't get injections, he gets like infusions, you know.
That could work.
Yeah.
I'd be interested. Yeah, that would work. That would work.
But in any case, fuck both these guys. I think Darby Allin's going to win. I think it's going to be disgusting. I think it's going to be in poor taste. I think it's going to set wrestling back yet another 10 years, which we're almost at the stage where Abraham Lincoln's getting his singlet back on in terms of what AEW have done. But, you know.
I actually do wonder one thing as well, is how far into the show this match actually takes place. Are they going to do it like early on, or is it going to be quite late? I actually am wondering how far they...
4 matches from the end, I think.
Fair enough.
It'll be the last chaotic one before the ladder match.
Fair. Up next, it's Briscoe versus MJF in a tables and tacks match.
I don't give a fuck, but probably MJF.
It's a first. Josiah thinks it'll be the semi-main. Okay. Wow. I would not have that.
That would be mental.
If that match genuinely was later than the triple threat, I would be very disappointed. The triple threat for me should be the semi-main.
Yeah. MJF should be beating Mark Briscoe, because Mark Briscoe can't do anything with a win here. MJF can.
He's still got his contract for the world title, but he can't just cash in. He has to declare when he's going to cash in, which is what they're doing. If he wins, cool. He's also coming into this as well, where potentially either he's coming at this one where he loses to Mystico and he drops his CMLL world title, or he comes into this show where he actually beats Mystico, retains his title in Mexico, and he unmasks him. Because it is mask versus title. MJF has got a weird one this weekend for himself already. He's coming in so much weird pressure.
Yeah, Mystico's got to be done soon, so I could actually see him unmasking.
I think it's quite an interesting weekend for MJF, like in terms of like how it's going to go for him. Does he win or does he lose?
AEW is weird though, because you start tracking wrestlers and you're like, okay, how many matches have they got this weekend? And you're like, that's not a normal question for like pay-per-view level wrestlers. You don't often ask that one.
Yeah, I don't think
that's
MJF
just kind of where we are.
Though.
No, MJF will beat Mark Briscoe.
I think he will, but I think it will be seriously competitive though. I think it will be. And MJF does get good matches out of people. That is something that I think he does deserve a lot of credit for. You can absolutely dislike the guy. You can genuinely think he's a prick. And I don't disagree with anybody who thinks that. But the one thing he actually does do, people, he does get good matches out of people.
Yeah.
The only thing is, though, is I don't think this needed to be a gimmick match. But, like, I still think because MJF's actually in it, and this is no disrespect to Mark Briscoe, I like Mark Briscoe. But I think the fact that MJF is in this, it'll actually make it something. I think this will be... I get what you're saying about you think the coffin match is going to be vile and disgusting. I get it. I mean, I'm going to watch it and I'm eager to see how it goes. But I actually low-key am looking forward to Briscoe versus MJF. Because I'm eager to see how unpredictable MJF is going to be. Because that's something that he is good at. He is so good at being unpredictable. And he was at MLW recently. He has reunited of sorts with Hammerstone. And they seem to be linking with each other. Could we see Hammerstone show up?
Well, the one thing that will guarantee that MJF is losing is if he enters in camouflage to the Briscoes team, which he might do.
That would be fucking funny.
He might do it because he did that with Punk.
He is really good at trolling people like that, though. That's something I will give him credit for. Like, he does that really well. The man's crazy, but he does it.
And then someone and something that deserves no credit at all is the Fatal 4-Way Women's World Title match, because it's that same thing we were talking about with WWE. No, she ain't losing that.
Yeah, and I'll tell you exactly how easy it's going to be for Toni Storm. She's going to pin Jamie Hayter with a small package. Mark my words, Toni Storm will pin Jamie Hayter with a small package, and then Statlander will likely turn heel.
Maybe Jamie Hayter aligns with Tony.
Maybe, but I know that I like Jamie Hayter, but I know I wound up a lot of people when when she returned for the All In show. For Forbidden Door. I said, and I quote, and I'm going to say it again, Jamie Hayter in 2025, it doesn't matter what she does. I like her. She's a good character. She's a good wrestler, but Jamie Hayter's finished. You can't trust her because her knees are terrible. She gets injured far too easily. You can't rely on her like that. And it's a shame, but it's a fact. And I got a lot of shit for that, for the Forbidden Door watch-along, but I don't care. Like, I would rather stick to my guns and be honest about it. She is not reliable. She's a good wrestler. I like her promo. She's a good laugh. But you can't rely on her. So why the hell should I care about Jamie Hayter?
Speaking of unreliable, I'm afraid I'm going to have to call it there. The Fibro is officially winning, and I'll have to check out for the night.
That's right. What's your last four?
Yeah, I'll throw these quickly at you. So obviously we've got Tony there.
Yep.
Hangman is going to win that.
Yep.
Okada's going to win that.
Yep.
I guess Eddie Kingston. I mean, he's the returning one.
Yeah.
It's a shame. And
so this one, the ladder match. So it's Brodito, which is Bandito and Brody King. The Bucks, Jet Speed, which is obviously Kevin Knight and
Mike Bailey.
And then the Don Callis family is Josh Alexander and Hechicero.
I think I'll go Jet Speed. It'll just be funny.
Yeah. You know what's even funnier? I was actually tempted to pick them myself, but I don't think there'll be a title change. I was debating it, but I don't think there'll be a title change. You
nerd.
To be fair, I would like to see the Callis family win it, just in build up to when they kick out Takeshita. But it won't happen. I'm also going Okada, because I don't think Okada loses the title until he gets Takeshita one-on-one. Unfortunately, that moron bum-ass Kingston is going to win. And then I'm sticking with Brodito to retain their titles. And that, well, they're all, nobody's here for that. James will be to be confirmed. We know he always gets involved. He'll probably drop his tomorrow. Roy Sheen's doing hers tomorrow, which is the same, which is okay. Where's Billy Naboz? There. And I'll mark, just in case these guys get involved as well, I'll mark them as TBC. But if they don't show up tomorrow, they're getting slapped with a fish.
Interesting. Anyway, I will head on out. But
Good
this
seeing you.
has been fun.
It has been. It's good to see you.
Yes,
I hope you're doing well,
and
by the way.
if I am absolutely not, but we're still here. And if I've said anything that's
You're fine. As always.
not seemed cognizant, I know exactly what I'm blaming it on. So it's all good. But
you've got
no,
nothing to worry
I'm
about.
literally falling asleep here. I'm like, I really do want to keep going, but nah, I need to head off. So
No, it's fine. Like as always,
Yeah.
we've got nothing against it, and I know obviously you're in a recovering phase. It's completely fine. You've got nothing to worry about. The
it's a
fact that
very long one.
the fact that we got an hour and 45 minutes out of you.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. My body's like, okay, I'm feeling this now. But hey, I'll be
45.
around.
Absolutely.
You will see me again soon. But
Yes.
enjoy the wrestling over the weekend.
It's good seeing you.
Right. Bye, folks.
That's my co-host, and ladies and gentlemen, I bid you all farewell. Now I'm off to go and speak to Buff Bagwell. On Nick's channel, Nick Teodoro, he's got Buff Bagwell as a guest. I'm going to go in there and speak to him. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your predictions. Thank you for your support. I bid you good night, and I'll see you on the watch along tomorrow. So, the main show, we'll do 0 hour. Will we do 0 hour? Yeah, probably. I'll see you for that tomorrow. So, night, folks, and keep an eye out for it because we're going to have some fun. Will Maria defend the Predictions Championship this weekend? Only you can stop her. Whilst that can disappear. Ta-ra! And today, our time comes to an end. This has been another exciting stream. Thank you very much for watching. And also, remember, if you get cracked over the head with a steel chair, you're not going to get concussion. You're just going to come back here. Goodbye.